Okay, I believe we're ready to go here now. Just one reminder for everybody before we begin, those who are participating. If you don't mind, at the top where you should have on your screen, the very top right-hand corner, there is a little view symbol. And by clicking on that, you have a choice of speaker or gallery. And it has been suggested that everybody make sure they go on speaker and you're going to get the best sound. But I think we hopefully have solved that. So we'll begin our festival now. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Zoom competition for 4 of the major awards being given at the 2021 St. Thomas Rotary Music Festival. This is the 67th Rotary Music Festival to be held in St. Thomas, and the first time we've been unable to have a live competition for these awards on the closing night of our festival. What is happening today is a result of several people who have been working hard over the last several months to make this new venture as successful as possible. Thanks go to Ian MacArthur, who is our computer expert, who set up the online syllabus, gathered in all 75 YouTube videos to send to the adjudicators, and has posted those videos on the 2021 festival website. Stu Scholdes has been busy over the last few days creating the website that we are using for the competition today. Coordination with our adjudicators, who were willing to attempt this new venture, was carried out by Rosemary Charlton. Certificates that will be distributed to all 75 participants is being completed at this time by Teresa Ginther. Our program for this afternoon has been organized by our secretary, Sherry Graham. Elaine Catchpole will be arranging any special awards to be distributed this year. Besides the awards being given today, there are several other awards that the Scholarship Committee will be finalizing following today's program. Special thanks today goes to our piano adjudicator, Paul Coates, who just happens to have an interesting connection with St. Thomas, and that his father was minister of Grace United Church at one time. In all, we have 9 competitors today competing for 4 of the major awards. These awards include the Harry Vreeman Memorial Scholarship, the Stephanie Leung Memorial Trophy and Scholarship, the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Scholarship, and the Doris Evans Award. The last 2 of these awards are new this year. The program will be run as follows. I will introduce the award in which we are competing, and then announce the name of each competitor before each performs. Before performing, each competitor will announce what they are playing. We will have a slight pause after each performance to give the adjudicator a time for his evaluation. After all competitors have completed their performance, we will call upon the adjudicator for his closing remarks for all competitors and announcement of the winners in the 2 awards which had more than one competitor. The program today will conclude with some comments from Rotarian Trudy Canellis, who is president of the Rotary Club Foundation. Before we begin, there is one comment we need to make in regards to the fact that when our competitors are performing, all other participants should make sure their microphone is off. If this is not done, there could be some interference with the performances. So I think we're ready to begin. And so the first award that we're having a competitor show us what he has done today is the Harry Vreeman Award. So we'll call upon Daniel Alexander at this time to hook up and do his performance. Daniel, please announce what you're going to do and then proceed to play it. And the rest of us will shut up.
I'll be playing Mysterious Summer's Night by Kuzmenko.
Very good. I'm not sure, Paul, if you need some time to do the evaluation, or can we proceed with the next participant?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. The next award that we're competing for is the Stephanie Leung Award. And we have four competitors in that particular program. And the first competitor is Kevin Peters. So Kevin, if you could turn on your mic and perform for us and announce what you're playing, and the rest of us will listen as well as the adjudicator. So go ahead, Kevin.
Thank you. My name is Kevin Peters, and I will be playing Gollywog's Cakewalk by Debussy.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I don't know whether we're all supposed to clap when we have somebody perform, but we can do that if you wish. Okay, so that's our first competitor for the Stephanie Leung Award. Now we'd like to call on Heather Meatherall to announce what she's playing and have her perform. And the rest of us will mute now.
I will be playing The Sleigh Ride by Eber.
Very good, Heather. Thank you very much. Okay, our third competitor for the Stephanie Young Award is Zoe Mitchell. So Zoe, if you could hook up and announce what you're playing, and then we're looking forward to hearing you.
My name is Zoe Mitchell, and I'll be playing Etude in G minor by Gurlitt.
Very well done. Thank you. Okay, so I believe we now have Annie Ruan, who we're performing. Are you there, Annie? And ready to go?
I'll be playing Reverie in F minor by Alexander.
Well done, Annie. Thank you. Now that completes the 4 competitors for the Stephanie Young Award. We now come up to one of the new awards that we have this year, the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Award, and in which we have 3 competitors. I don't know whether, Paul, you need a little time before we start this part of the competition, or shall we go ahead, Paul?
All good.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, the first competitor for the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Award is Levi Redicott. Levi?
My name is Levi, and I will be playing Sonata Longo 472 by Scarlatti.
Thank you very much, Levi. Excellent job. Our next competitor for the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Award is Mimi Zhang. So Mimi, anytime you're ready.
I will be playing the first movement of Beethoven's Piano Sonata number 27 in E minor.
Very good. Very much, Mimi. Okay. So I think we're ready for our last performer for the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Award, and that's Ruben Reddycop. So anytime you're ready, Ruben, you can go ahead.
I will be playing Dr. Gratis ad Parnassum by Debussy.
Well done, Ruben. Thank you. So that concludes the competitors in the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Award Scholarship. And our final award that we're going to be having a listen to as far as the competitor is the Doris Evans Award, which is another new one this year. And the only competitor we have for that particular award is Tulio Hernandez. And so Tulio, anytime you're ready to go, we'll let you join in and we'll be looking forward to listen to you. Go ahead, Tulio.
Hello, my name is Tulio Hernandez, and I am going to be playing Chopin's Scherzo in B flat minor.
I think you need to be a little louder, Tulio.
Oh, I think, is it better if I talk into the mic? Can you hear me now?
Good idea.
Okay, sorry. Hello, my name is Tulio Hernandez, and I'm going to be playing Chopin's Scherzo in B flat minor, number 2, opus 31.
Well done, Tulio. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I think in all cases today, we've had some excellent performances. I don't envy our adjudicator, Paul, who's trying to decide some winners here. I'll make a few comments before we call upon Paul. I'd like to thank all those who are willing to participate in the festival this year, and particularly you people who have competed today. I certainly feel that you have gone a little bit extra this year in order to be part of our festival, and we can never thank you enough. We will be sending off a list of names, and you'll be getting informed of those who are eligible for the provincials of the OMFA. And once again, it's going to be an online festival, but this year you have to have a recommendation from the festival to be part of that. So we will be informing you fairly shortly of that particular participation, and we have to let them know by April the 8th, I believe is the date. One of the other things I think we need to think of is that hopefully next year we get back to a regular competition where we can do it live. And so it's been a bit of a challenge for this year, but as I mentioned earlier, thanks to the efforts of a lot of people who have helped this year, we made it and are able to do what we're able to do. So we're down a bit. We normally have about 250 participants, and we ended up with 48 this year. But I'm sure once we get back to a live competition next year, that will certainly change. Now, I'm not sure, Paul, if you're ready to make a few comments at this time.
Yes, Frank, I am. So congratulations, everyone, and welcome to this adventure of the virtual experience of making music. First of all my performers, thank you for your passion, your curiosity, your discipline to this adventure, to your exploration of music. And this adventure of making music online, of course, continues to expand the skills and tools that are required, whether we play live in a hall or in this framework. And so before I go any further with the young performers, I want to thank the organizers again for your passion for creating this experience and inviting these young musicians to create a performance that I had the privilege of listening to. It has taken a lot of energy and courage to go into a framework that most of us have not been spending a lot of time and polishing. So bravo to the St. Thomas Rotary Committee, Festival Committee. Thank you for your support to these young performers. And I cannot help but also mention parents and teachers for their discipline. Again, a totally different experience. But coming back, I want to leave one thing with all you performers, and it's this. Every day I talk to my students and I start from this place, that you are awesome just because you breathe. Because on this journey of life and music, you're constantly going to be challenged by you can do more of this or stumbles or et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to tell you, in every stumble, discovery awaits if you have the courage to take ownership for who you are within what you created, within what you experienced. That is what practice is. First of all, taking ownership for who you are. And thus I say, thank you for being you, that whether you stumble, whether you soar, you are worthy to be who you are on your musical adventure, on your adventure of life. Never give away your joy for who you are to anything, to anybody. When we can stay in the now and take ownership for who we are, possibilities await. So as I sat and listened, and obviously various things happen because of technology, various things happen just because of who we are, an environment and framework, what instrument we're playing on, the environment. I want to leave this with you to consider and reflect upon. Is silence. There is great power in silence. Or what is silence? It is time to breathe, to acknowledge that you're alive. silence within breath, and thus I draw you to rests in your music. And it becomes very valuable in this framework that there's time for your audience and yourself to hear. I'm making an assumption that you are listening. I hope you will take time to consider what you believe you heard Mr. Paul speak about today. So if you want to grow as a person and as a musician, take time to develop your ability to hear, to talk about what you heard, and then start to listen for that. So take time to breathe, to acknowledge, to take ownership for who you are and what you're experiencing, and then take time to explore, to discuss, to reflect upon what you believe you heard. I say, believe in who you are. You are, worthy to be who you are as you explore your pieces. So that's enough about Mr. Paul, in the sense that if you really are interested, I wrote a little book called The Tickety-Tackety Book of Possibilities, which sort of gets into some of this conversation about what is practice. And I share with you the step one is about taking ownership for who you are. And then the actual physical activity that you create. And if you open your ears, your heart, and your imagination, your adventure awaits, discovery awaits. So with that being said, it really, truly, all you young people, thank you for your passion. It has been exciting for me to sit back and to listen. And again, today, it was fascinating to hear you all perform, you could say live, because the first time around, you created a video. You froze a moment. And today, I had the privilege of watching you in motion within this framework. So thank you all so very, very much. So I have to make a choice, but whatever my choices are today, if you've been listening, and more importantly, or the value is in what you believe you heard, that whether I choose you or not, I believe in who you are. Take time to take ownership on your journey. And so with that in mind, Frank, I guess I could start with the Harry Freeman Scholarship for the level grade 8.
Go ahead.
Is that okay?
That's okay.
So I'm looking for Daniel. I don't see him there, but I assume Daniel's still there. Daniel, it's a pleasure to have heard you play again. I appreciate your creativity and your playing has a sense of storytelling. And again, you didn't disappoint today, and delighted that you will receive the Harry Freeman Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations. Then we moved on to the Stephanie Lung Memorial Trophy and Scholarship for level 9. 4 wonderful performers. All of you played beautifully today. And it was interesting again to hear your video take. And then obviously that was earlier. And all of you have grown since that moment when you put that performance down. But today they pay me to make a choice. And the choice I've made today is Kevin. Kevin Peters will receive the grade 9 scholarship, the Stephanie Lung Memorial Trophy Scholarship. Congratulations, Kevin. And thank you, Annie, Zoe, and Heather. Keep creating your adventure in musical sounds. Bravo. Now, that brings us to the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Scholarship for grade 10. I'm going to make the assumption, but I assume all you guys know each other and continue to celebrate and lift each other up. And again, I really enjoyed this grade level and listening to you guys create. A lot of intensity. Again, as we get into grade 10, you really want to ground yourself and create a strong rhythmic framework within your playing. And remember that intention is heard. So even if I don't hear you play piano, or I don't hear a staccato touch as crisp as I would like, say in this framework, I can tell if there's intention, the desire to play softer. Is there a desire to let the music breathe? Is there a desire to have my player grounded within a disciplined tempo? And of course, as we ask our fingers to dance and to run with more velocity and more notes, there can be the temptation to chase a tempo. So my humble suggestion as we get into this grade is that everyone just to settle into their chosen tempo. There's all sorts of wonderful things waiting to blossom when that happens. So that being said, today, I have made a choice. And for the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Scholarship, I've made the choice of Mimi for this class. All right, congratulations, Levi and Ruben. A pleasure. Look at the guys. Thank you, guys. I love it. They're clapping there. Great. Now, Tulio. Where's Tulio? There he is. Tulio, the only performer here. Thank you for being you. And you're a very creative a young player. And no one knows this because no one heard all the classes. But Tulio, you wrote an original composition. Yes? And I hope, and I could say to the festival committee, is that it would be lovely to have that as part of the webinar, to have an original composition, because it truly was a beautiful, balanced composition. I thought it had personality, character, and it was disciplined in your performance. So bravo, keep composing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I really enjoyed that. The scherzo, big piece, right?
Yeah.
Huge piece, okay? And you're well on your way. But my comment about silence, rests, I'm going to leave that with you and tell you that when you find that core, that you're building this scherzo off that beat one, and it really is always established, and you never rush past it, anticipating either a front end or back end, your playing will become more grounded. Your musical intentions are fabulous and stuff, but that will help you gain more control of knowing what I call your arrival points. You know where you want to go, but you don't always ground your playing, and that can lead to, interesting twists and turns. But as I said to you earlier, in a stumble, in challenges, discovery awaits. Rarely do we ever grow from success. We rarely grow from success. It's always in our pain and confusion that we have to slow down. I wish we'd slow down in our joy and learn from that also. But with that being said, Tulio, you're a promising player, and I have no hesitation and delighted to be able to say the Doris Evan Award is going to you this year. Congratulations. So Frank, to sum up, I'm honored that I was invited to be part of this experience this year and to celebrate myself in a different way. And it has been a growing experience for myself also, as a musician, as a performer, as someone trying to embrace online teaching, et cetera, et cetera. So everyone, breathe in, smile. You are alive. Take the time to take ownership for who you are as you consider what you are hearing. I know we're all listening, we're all looking, but what do we see? What do you hear? Give your audience time to hear. They're listening, but they want to hear who you are and what the emotional intentions are within all this beautiful music. With that being said, as I tell all my students, thank you for being you. Keep creating, keep exploring, and I wish everyone the best as you move forward on your musical journeys. All the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. I think that the performers certainly did an excellent job for us today, and it was no easy task for you to decide the top winners there, but we know that that's been decided, and we certainly congratulate not all just the top winners, but all the ones that performed today. What we are hoping to do, that we are taping today's program, and the local cable channel 13 has requested a possible copy of this program today. So I'm not just sure at this stage of the game whether we'll be able to do that, but we are hoping, since normally it would have been a live competition. and we would have had an audience. So the only way we can have an audience possibly this year is those who have listened today through this, and those who might have the opportunity to see it on cable channel 13. Now, I think that's the end of my remarks at this time, but I'd certainly like to carry on and have Trudy Canales come up now at this time with some closing comments. So Trudy, your turn.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's my job to thank everyone for being here. I just want to say it has been a very challenging year this year, but we've done our best to bring you the finest in talent in our area, we hope. One quote I know from Thomas Carlyle, he said that music is well said to be the speech of angels. And I think we've heard some very beautiful angelic music this afternoon. So thank you to all of our participants. I want to thank Frank, our chair of this year's music festival, our committee members for ensuring we've had another successful music festival. Thank Paul Coates, our adjudicator. We couldn't have done it without you. A special thank you to our participants for performing in these new and challenging circumstances, and our teachers, your teachers, and your parents for encouraging them. We are fortunate enough to have 4 major scholarships this year. As we've said, the Harry Freeman Memorial Scholarship, which has been graciously donated by the Freeman family, and that scholarship is for $300. We have the Stephanie Leong Memorial Trophy and Scholarship, which is awarded in memory of Stephen and Pam's daughter, Stephanie, and this scholarship is for $500. We have the Stan and Sybil Hagerman Scholarship, donated in memory of Stan and Sybil Hagerman by their daughter, Kathy, and this scholarship is for $500. And our newest award this year, the Doris Evans Award, and this is donated from the estate of Donna Bushnell in honor of her sister. This scholarship is for $1,000. So I'd like to thank all of our donors for helping to encourage the continuing study of music in all of our participants. And thank you for everyone else who has joined us this afternoon for listening in. We hope to see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trudy. And that ends our program for today. And if we had a chance somewhere down the road to see the video, we give you a chance to see how well you did today. We hope you join in our festival next year, and we certainly hope that it's going to be live at that time. Thanks, everyone, and have a good day. And thanks again, Paul. Hopefully we'll see you somewhere down the road at our festival once again. Bye for now, everyone.
Alert from Mac. Keep her alert notification service.